Whereas it is in the mutual interests of the parties hereto to join together to establish and to operate a cooperative program of loss control and risk management. And whoa there, JD. Hey, hi everybody. I'm here to better interpret what this guy is saying, so you can understand what MPR member organizations' responsibilities and opportunities are as defined in the bylaws of your organization. These bylaws are structured in articles, so we'll reference that as we go. And today's all about Article 5. Now, 5.1 deals with eligibility and admission to the MPR organization. Members need to meet the definition of eligible organizations and have made any required contributions. If you've been received as a member, you've already met this requirement. And remember that MPR is a member-focused organization, and there are rights that go along with this membership. We can't emphasize enough the need for MPR members to be fully engaged. Article 5.2 defines these rights as member representatives have the right to vote at member meetings and to cast ballots in elections for members of the board. This is where you exercise your management of the pool. 5.2 goes on to say that member reps have the right to apply for, receive, and participate in MPR programs and services that their entities qualified for. There are other rights and privileges in these bylaws too, but these are the big ones. Whereas the Group Funded Pool Act further authorizes qualifying municipalities to join such entity, and whereas all of the government entities...
Does this guy get paid by the word? We're up to Article 5.3 that talks about the members' obligations. As in all things, where there are rights, there are responsibilities. The first is sort of a no-brainer. Members must participate in at least one MPR program. Why else would you be a member? And the member's chief administration officer must say in writing who the member representative is. As of right now, MPR manages almost 150 relationships. That's why it's a good idea for MPR to contact one representative per member for actions or notifications for a clear process of communication. Agreements by the member representative with MPR are binding. And of course, members can change the member representative with a written notice to MPR. All it takes is a few lines renaming who it is. Cash flow is huge for any organization, so please make contributions and payments within 30 days of getting an invoice. MPR is here to be of service, so with proper notice and during regular business hours, please allow MPR, its designated officers, agents, or employees access to all facilities and information that relates to your MPR operations. And here's a biggie. Immediately report to MPR all occurrences that may result in a claim. These may relate to your entity, MPR, its agents, officers, employees, or losses to your entity's property. If you're not sure, call MPR. If the claim is reported, it usually ends well. If the claim is not reported initially, it usually ends badly. As you can imagine, cooperating with MPR is important in these situations. This includes claims adjusters, agents, employees, and attorneys investigating or settling any claim or lawsuit. And by the way, MPR has the final authority on choosing defense counsels. This is an MPR management responsibility and a key element in cost control. MPR is all about risk management, so members have to follow the risk management and loss control policies and procedures that MPR recommends. MPR figures out the plans, but it's up to the members to put them into action. Over and over, these programs have delivered measurable, objective success in reducing losses. And encouraging officials and employees to go to MPR conferences and seminars plays a big role in getting these successful programs implemented. Members need to be diligent in letting MPR know of any change of status. This includes services, programs, facilities, any reduction or expansion of those operations or facilities, anything that could affect a member's loss risk potential. MPR and members are in this together.
so it needs all the information that may affect loss exposures or member contributions. They need to know what's going on with your operation. MPR is member-owned, so your active participation on MPR committees really matters. Member governance, control, and participation in product development and programs are the foundation for all of the organization's success. Unless the context requires otherwise, the following terms shall have the following meanings. Code shall mean Chapter 17, Article 60. I've taken poetic license with lawyers speak. Lawyers do have to talk like that. It's their job. But let's continue in English. Article 5.5 is all about the MPR annual meeting. It's designed for learning, for networking, and it gives you a chance to review programs you may not see officially. It's a great way to compare notes with other MPR members. You should go. It's fun, well worth it, and it will help you on many levels. Now, Article 5.8, well, we hope this never happens, but it covers member withdrawal from MPR. Withdrawals happen at the end of the MPR fiscal year, with 90 days prior written notice. Access to MPR programs and services ends on the withdrawal date. Members that withdraw remain eligible to receive distributions, dividends, and refunds for any full program year. Members that withdraw before the end of the program year, though, are not eligible for any refunds or dividends for that year, except where required by law. The notice of member withdrawal has to include a resolution adopted by its governing body authorizing the withdrawal. This makes sense, since entities join by resolution. They need to leave the same way. After their withdrawal date, members are still responsible for all obligations relating to their membership term, including special assessments. Any member that withdraws without complying with this rule is obligated to pay MPR liquidated damages equal to 25% of its annual contribution as calculated by its final full year of participation. The damages are due to MPR within 20 calendar days following the receipt of the amount due. So, wasn't that easy? We hope this presentation gives you a fuller understanding of MPR membership rights and obligations. Probably the main thing to remember is that MPR members are MPR. We should all do what's best for the organization, and participation is what makes the whole thing work. Thanks for watching, and for my colleagues' sake, please read this.